Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today's video is going to be about Atlast Prime. It doesn't matter if you're a veteran, new player, or first time you hear about this Warframe. I promise you're going to learn a lot of things today. Okay, let's start first with his abilities, and then we're going to go synergy, primary, everything you need to know, and many veteran players doesn't want to tell you. Let's start. Alright, first thing first, starting with his kit, and to be specific, his passive. Become immune to knockdown effect while on the ground. This is a very powerful passive, to be honest, and there is more to it. The game doesn't tell you everything, because if we hop in wiki and read this, it's a strong as a mountain. Atlast is immune to knockdown while in contact with the ground. Perfect. But the knockdown immunity does not apply while in the air, meaning running prime sure-footed would be good. Does not apply to pushback effects. Does not prevent the recoil effect from firing powerful air guns such as Corvus, Vilictus, and Larkspur. But this, okay, the game doesn't tell this. Okay, but there is another effect this one have, which called the Rubble. Okay, Rubble is a passive that is unique to Atlast. Rubble, so you don't confuse yourself so much. Rubble is, let's say, small stones they drop from fallen enemies. Okay, so Rubble is a pickup item unique to Atlast that drops petrified enemies, meaning you can petrify enemy, meaning you make them as a stone. When you petrify enemy, meaning he's like, make him stone. Okay, if he's dead, he become parts. Like if you crush a stone, it become like dust, ashes, small parts. That's the Rubbles, okay? You pick them up from the ground, and your pet with fetch or vacuum can pick them up for you. But what does this Rubble exactly do? They're going to be collected, and they're going to give you armor, and they're going to be restoring your health. Okay? And it doesn't stop there, because it have an augment, this passive. The augment, what it does exactly is that if you pass 1400 Rubble, those stones, the landslide, which is the first ability we're gonna go through right now, it will be with no costs, okay? And deal 2 times damage and travels 2 times faster. This is a very powerful, and as you can see here, the damage multiplier and so on and so on. Enough from the passive. Starting with his first ability, you see, from passive to landslide. Perfect, you know. Okay, bash enemies with an explosion. So you see, bash enemies with an explosion. You get it? Bash enemies with explosion. Remember that. Okay. Sliding punch and repeat a devastating combo. Mean punch. He's still punch up. Means you create a combo starting from 200% damage to 400% damage. Okay. So that's the idea, okay? But remember, this one have a combo window that works with ability duration. Means when you hit 200 damage, there is a time when you hit again, okay? I will show you that in a second. Okay, let's show it, baby. Okay, look at this. Okay. First ability, boom. You see that 2 in the screen happens and it's disappearing. Okay, the more ability duration you have, the more time you can actually like hit. Oh, boom, 4. Look at this. See that? Perfect. And there is something else this ability does, is that when you hit it, you become iframe. Iframe, if you don't understand, if people talk about iframe in Warframe and you don't understand what it is. Iframe is technically like being, for 1 frame of a second, you are invincible. That's exactly what it is. So, if you look at my HP, when you hit the first ability, boom, you see, I am invincible. Look at that, boom. Boom, you see? So as you keep the first ability active, you are invincible to all damage income. Okay? Perfecto. Alright, let's go. Okay. The Tectonics. Summon a bulwark rock. You summon a rock, you hit it again, you throw it in the front. Here we go. Look, boom. And boom. Simple as that. We don't like it. I don't prefer this ability, and this is the one we use to change with Helminth, but it does explosion impact and damage multiplier of slash, and yeah. Okay, petrify, baby. Okay, petrify, what it does exactly. Remember when I told you petrify them, they become like stone? Exactly. This is the CC ability for Atlast, meaning you're gonna make those enemies in stones, but it have small issues. First of all, the enemies has to be in line of sight and a field of view 60 degrees. And remember, this one will be very important because it will heal your pets that I'm going to talk about in a second. So let's go to Petrify and show you what exactly it. Here we go. Boom. They become stone. You see? That's exactly what mean Petrify. So They are petrified. If I kill them, they drop rubble. Okay? Simple as that. So I make them stones. I crush them. They become a little stones. I pick it up. I get armor. And I get what? I get heal. Like it heals me. Okay? Let's go. Now, Rumbles summons 2 elements stone brawlers to the melee, summoning petrifies enemy in close proximity to Atlast. This you're gonna summon them. The more armor, the more shield, the more health you have, and strength, of course, they're gonna get bigger and stronger, and that's very, very important. Okay? But you're not gonna be using Rumbles as your main thing. They think of them as a distraction to enemies, and yeah. Okay, so boom. This is your Rumbles. And if you hit the third ability, you're going to instantly heal them. For example, if they are low HP or something, you can just hit the third ability and you heal them ASAP. Okay? Perfect. So, now you would say, Hank, how we play exactly Atlast? This is unmodded Atlast, by the way, you're watching right now. There is no mods on him. Very simple. You're gonna cast your 4th ability. You keep your Rumbles out. Okay? And if you hit it once more, you're gonna detonate, but you don't want to detonate them, alright? You hit the 3rd ability to stone those enemies, and boom, 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 you keep feasting them, bada bing, bada boom, bada boom. As you can see, this is unmodded Atlast, unmodded, boys, unmodded, like 0 mods. I will show you 0 mods, and you already can kill 195 heavy corrupted gunners. Look at this, there is no mods in here. Okay, let's go. Go where, baby? You're going to the build, of course, and this is the pure with broken without any Helminth ability. In case some players doesn't have Helminth, is not active, they just got Atlast, they're very excited to use, and so on. So this is the build for you, okay? It's not gonna take you, like, let's say, to the level cap, but it's gonna be fine. Okay, there is things you need to understand. Steel charge, it will affect his landslide. Landslide works as exalted weapon. Think about it, like it's a weapon getting affected by your melee weapon. Okay, now things get confused. Okay, melee weapon going to give this ability damage. Think of it like that, okay? And your Ravens will give this ability more damage, but you need to put like more pure damage, like of course, our Ceramic Dagger. If you don't have Ceramic Dagger, you can go with Amphis. If you don't have Amphis, you can go with Magister. Incarnon as well, if you want. There is a lot of Jaw Sword, Ceramic Dagger, a lot of stat sticks. You're gonna be fine. So, this is the build for the stat stick we're gonna be using. Atlast Stick. The reason it is corrosive, I'm gonna talk about it when we come to more advanced gameplay, but it's the same for you. You can switch this one to Viral if you really want to, okay? Stinging Thorn. Gladiator Mites, Pole Strike, Organ Shatter, Blood Rush, Pressure Point, Shocking Touch, Primitive Strike, and Sacrificial Steel. Okay? So, as you can see here, is all pure damage stuff. Okay? All of them are damage. Boom, 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 boom. Damage, baby. All the way. Okay? Going back to Atlast now. So, we're gonna be running Steel Charge to boost his landslide, as it's considered as a melee thing. Ability. Prime Sure-Footed, so you don't get knocked down. Now, when we talk about this, it leads us to the Focus School. If you want to use Unairo, you can get rid of Prime Sure-Footed and get more strength in the Exilus slot. If you're not gonna be like jumping or bullet jumping or whatever, you can just get rid of this one, okay? Umbrella Intensify, Strength, Flow for Energy Max. I know Energy Max, you'd say, oh, listen, Hank, you're using the this one, you don't cost this, but trust me, it comes a point when you will need energy and it's better to store it with Energize than not having. But if you really don't like it, you can always switch it with Fiber, Vitality, more Strength. You can put more strength in there. You can play around with this ability the way, with this mod the way you desire. Rubble Heap, passive augment when above 1400 rubble. Landslide costs no energy, deal 2 times damage and travels 2 times faster. And this one, the Path of Statue. This is a landslide augment. This is a passive augment, but this is the first ability augment. Leaves a trail for 12 seconds that petrifies enemies for 6 seconds. So, when you landslide those enemies with the first ability, you're gonna leave a trail behind you, they're gonna make enemies stone. This is a very good one, alright? It's a really, really good one, but in the advanced build, probably you're not gonna see this one, okay? So, adaptation to become more tanky. You don't have to max adaptation, like 1 point or 2 points less, you're gonna be fine. Rolling guard. I know, some Thanos would say, I am iframing, I am invincible, running rolling guard is a waste. But I promise you, in the real deal, like in theory yes, but in the real deal, you will need rolling guard. Because your first ability doesn't jump in enemies, or you can build it for range, okay? You will need to move from spot to spot if enemies are a bit far. And moving spot to spot can get you killed when enemies pass level 1900. Mark my words, because this build is very, very tested. Transit Fortitude, the ability strength minus ability duration. Continuity to repair the duration. Energize and Fury, baby. On critical hit, 60% chance for 180% melee damage. Now remember, this one have like 5% base critical chance. Okay? And based on wiki, of course. And Ceramic Dagger, thanks to the evolution number 4, you're gonna have a critical chance increased by 30%, meaning you're gonna have a base of 35% critical chance. Evolution 3 gonna be 20 initial combo, and evolution 2 I'm gonna be on primary kill. 1 initial combo stacks up to 100 times. Okay, so of course this is the melee, sprint, and parkour. Okay, now when we talk about primary, I would highly recommend using primaries like Sedo, Bubonico. Don't use or Ogris, Kuva Ogris. These are very good weapons that you can just fire them without any time. For example, let's check Sedo. Let's say I am right now in Steel Path, and we're gonna do it in a second. Like I'm in Steel Path hitting, and I can just boom. See that? Boom, just one time. Alt fire. Boom. And exactly works the same Bubonico or Ogris, Kuva Ogris with the Night Palm. There you go, Kuva Ogris. There you go, with the Night Palm. All right, Night Wash Palm. So what this does exactly, like we're fighting enemies. Okay, look. You remember when I told you the first ability is not working because I'm not close enough. So imagine I need to go to this guy and I'm walking and the enemy is hitting me from the side. Rolling guard. And get to the guy. You get the idea? Boom. So you can see this is the vortex or the anomaly it creates. It's not anomaly because it doesn't pull enemies in, but yeah, you get the idea. Okay? So use a primary weapon like Bubonico, Sedu, or the Kuva Ogris. You're gonna be fine. Okay, going back to let me put back my Sedo. And we are good. Epitaph, if you want to prime some Acolyte, but all of the Acolytes will be one-shotted with this build. You don't need to worry about that. Narumon, for one reason and one reason only, is you keep your the melee combo counter. You can run Dexterity in your primary and secondary to keep your melee counter. And for that case, you can switch to Madurai for ability strength and casting speed. Or you can go for Unairu for armor stripping and resistance to knockdown. So you don't use primary sure-footed. For the Archon Shards, we're going to be using the Umber casting, 2 casting, and we're going to be using 3. The casting is not for the first ability. The casting is for the 3rd and 4th ability, so we don't spend so much time in the animation and we end up dead. Okay? And for our pet, of course, this is our lucky charm. Now remember, you need to put the mods in this specific order. The Tenacious Bond gonna give you critical damage multiplier to all your sources, and you're gonna be fine and lovely, and gonna destroy the whole planet of any star chart. Yeah, I'm speaking no sense. Don't worry about me, alright? And now let's get to the real deal when we talk about more advanced build. Let's go. And what I mean with advanced builds mean we're gonna be using a Helminth ability. Now, there is something about the build that I'm gonna show you right now, which is this one. It is a smart build. What I mean with smart build, that you can put any Helminth ability, and we're gonna go through them in a second in our orbiter, and it will gonna be working fine. Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's start. Steel Charge, Prime Sure-Footed, Overextend for range and ability strength. Now let me explain. Overextend will give you range. Okay, so your Petrify will have more area of petrifying enemies. Okay, this is your CC ability that will save you. Trust me, you will need this range. I know it lowers the ability strength. And now some of you would say, oh no, low ability strength, we're not gonna have millions of crits. No, that's not true, and I'm gonna show you that you can have millions of crits. Of course, higher strength is highly recommended, but lovely strength and lovely range and lovely duration will give you a better results than having tons of strength, 100 million crit, but red crits. Everything is red crit here, guys. We're not talking about some yellow crits or something. Everything is gonna be red crit, and you're gonna be creating 23 million, 50 million damage, no problem, with 169% strength. You can go higher in strength, but that's on you. Alright, this is the perfect build for a perfect Tenno. Alright, primed flow to have always our energy pull in, rubble the heap. 2 times damage, 2 times travel faster. Ogre message on ability duration, adaptation, intensify, continuity, transfortitude, energize, and fury. Now we go to our Helminth ability, which is nourish, baby. We're gonna give you viral. That's why our stat stick ceramic dagger is modded for corrosive. So you get the idea. This gonna give you energy multiplier. It's gonna take care of you. Perfecto, perfecto. All right. Let's show what this exactly does. Here we are. Okay, so for the sake of time, I'm just gonna go to 12 combo multipliers with my melee weapon. Bada bim, bada. And here we are with the 12 combo multipliers, petrifying enemies. And look at that. Boom. For 100,000, baby. Look at that. Boom. Boom. Okay, didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? Boom. I told you it's gonna be a red crit. Okay? Same thing, same build, everything the same, baby. Here you go. Perfecto, perfecto. Alright, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna go, not to Steel Path yet, not yet. We're gonna go to our Orbiter, and I'm gonna show you some Helminth stuff. Let's go. And here we are on the Helminth. Why we are here exactly? To show you what is the best Helminth that you can just put on Atlast with the same build. You don't need to change anything. The same build and it works. First of all, you can go with Resonator, baby. Distract enemies. You have already 190 range. You can be perfectly fine. You can go with Silence. 190% range. You're gonna be fine. You can as well go with Dispensary, but if you want, and you can throw Equilibrium. That's up to you. You can use Eclipse. You already have 170% ability strength. You can go on Snare. No problem at all. You have 190% range. You can go, let's say, you can go Larva, collecting enemies. You have the range. You can go for, let's say, Parastic Armor if you want for more armor. You can go for Pillage if you want, all the way, no problemo. You can go for Quiver if you want to become invincible. Pull, you can bring enemies in. You have the range for that. You can, the Resonator already talk about that. You can go for Roar, no problem. You can go for Silence, we already spoke about that. You can go for Terrify, you have the range and you have the strength for instant armor strip. You can go Thermal Thunder for freezing those enemies and petrify them, no problemo. You can go for the Colervo, baby. This is very common. I would try to avoid using it in this video because many Tennos was sending me message, Hank, what do you think about Colervo? This, I've seen it somewhere in the internet, some content created, so I try to stay away from this. But yes, you can use it and it works perfect with his first ability for the critical melee critical chance. But I don't see a reason for that. You're already doing crit chance. I know you can go higher tier with this, but it doesn't keep you alive. Alright, I don't like it. Okay, you can decide for yourself. Was that a whisper, baby? It's a very good one. So enough from the Helminth talk. Let's jump into Steel Path, the real deal, baby. And here we are on Steel Path. The first thing you want to do always is cast your fourth ability. And then always, when you see an enemy, use the third ability to petrify it. Okay? Your rumbles will start doing their job, but you have to do your job as well, CCing enemies with your third ability. As well, it will make them more vulnerable for more damage, baby. Alright then. Always, your Nourish should be active at all circumstances. As you can see, 20,000 crit. Of course, you're not going to be doing 700 million or like 900 million. Of course, I think you can reach that. If we do some synergies and here and there, we can maybe damage cap with this guy. No problemo. But what I'm trying to tell you here, when you go solo like this, okay, it's best to stay alive. Running 700 strength, alright, and like dying is no good. Okay, you're going to like witness right now one-shotting violence, just easy as that. And not only violence, you're gonna one-shot everything else that's gonna come. And let's go to the next acolyte, so you see it's not only violence being one-shotted, or that was by luck. Let's go. Alright, and remember earlier when I told you before we reach the acolytes, like 2 minutes the acolyte will spawn, so I'll spend them talking with you boys. And remember when I told you earlier about using your primary and why it is good? Because look, When I go hit the enemies and boom, alt fire, you see that? My primary did that. Easy as that. So from time to time, shoot your primary first for your Incarnon ceramic to do his job, to do the kills, to get the easy, lovely combo. Look at this. Bada bing, bada boom. Easy as that. And we're gonna fight Torment, baby. What is Torment? No armor stripping, nothing. We're just gonna go, and he's dead. I mean, he just came in front of us, and he's dead. No problem. So technically, you're gonna survive forever. The question remains, Hank, where can we use Atlast? Can we use him in defense mission? No. Can we use him in disruption? Maybe. Can you use him on defense mission? No. The best place I would say to use Atlast, okay, is on always survival missions, okay? That's the way that you go. Okay, let's go. Okay, he's dead. See that? Corrupted Vor just died with one shot. No problemo. Okay, that's how good and how powerful this build is. Without running endless strength, you can one-shot everything. You have the red crit, you have the one-shot. All is good. Let's extract. And by this we come to an end to our video. Baby, Atlast in the house. So enjoy, have fun. I hope this build serves you well. Join our Discord, the link on the description. If you want to see more of the content, like and follow, baby. Means subscribe on YouTube. Okay, big love, and I see you guys next time. And don't worry about the stat sticks. There is a lot of stat sticks. Don't let ceramic dagger scare you. There is a lot of other stat sticks that you will enjoy and like, and they are cheap. See you guys next time. Atlast Prime.
強くなるためなら